One, two, one, two. You know how we do the Mestizo Coffee Click in full effect. Say what?
Say
First, we're always
say what?
we're bringing that new shit. Look, I'm driving. My man, Young Beavz. Hold on, Young Beavz is we're in London right now. We're in England. I'm on the opposite side. It looks a little funny. I know you guys got it fucked up, but I got Young Beavz next to me, and we're about to do this episode, stand up morning routine, where I try to chop it up with just the funniest motherfuckers around. We talk about the morning routine, all because we want you to buy coffee. Because when you buy coffee, I'm able to buy guacamole and put on my tacos. So I just try to live that life. We're joined here today by one of SGV's finest, Young Beavz. Beavz, what's good?
What's good? What's good? What's popping to everybody? Thanks to everybody tuning in, joining us for a cup of coffee today.
Hey, Beavz. I know you. I know things are like really active right now, but why are you in a car, bro, on a Saturday morning right now? Like,
So pretty
you should be
much,
home chilling.
I should be, but the thing about me is, like I said, everybody that knows me knows that I love to party. So I have this weird theory in my mind that I have to balance out one good act with one bad act. So yesterday I was turned up at a podcast, drinking Modelos Negras, Bud Light, all that good shit. So today I got to drink coffee and hit that mountain. Literally, I'm hiking.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's good you take it like one day at a time because you don't want to like drink a beer and then go 100 yard dash, drink a beer, 100 yard dash. You don't want to do that in the same day. You know what I'm saying? You just drink all your beer in one day, do all your exercising the next day.
yeah. But the thing about me is, me and my lady were actually discussing that because I feel like when you come exercise, everybody gets all hooked up, right? Under Armour, my lady's matching with everything Nike. Like I literally came with some old school Reebok Classics, long socks, some pro clubs. Like it looks like I'm just gonna go to a backyard barbecue, but I'm actually coming hiking. Fucking
Hey,
crazy,
I hope you don't have a handball like stuffed in your pocket too. You might be
Uh,
wearing a handball uniform too. Sounds of it.
I'm already ready to go.
All right, B. So check it out. As you know, we like to talk. The first question I like to ask everybody is about how long they've been in the coffee religion. How long have you been serving our Lord and Savior coffee?
So pretty much, the first time I got introduced to coffee, I feel like it was on accident, but it happened, and I just instantly fell in love. Like I've been dropped by girlfriends, left by everybody. My dad walked out on me, but no matter what, my cup of coffee, it's always fucking here. And I actually drank coffee for the first time at 12 years old, and I just love everything about it. Like to me, the most sexiest sound is when you open a can of coffee and it goes, like what the hell? What's in
Ah,
this shit? Yeah.
yeah. They really go extra with like one year the coffee you just opened up the case and it was just there. All of a sudden they got concerned about tampering and they put a fucking gold fucking
Yeah,
safety seal on it like you're
yeah.
opening a Christmas present.
Low key, I fucking hate those little childproof shits, man. Because sometimes I'm too faded. I can't even get an aspirin. I'm like, I want to keep my coffee just bah, throw that shit in the
Yeah,
cup.
but yeah, with those things, like it has a sheen of protection, but it also invites you to stab the shit out of it too. Like,
That's what I end up doing
sure,
sometimes. You just poke a hole. Bah.
bah. Okay,
Yep.
but it's not just anywhere, as I understand it, Beeves, that you had your first cup of coffee. It was it a special place, special time in
Yeah.
your life?
So pretty much, the first time I drank coffee, I was in my teens, and it's when I got shipped to YA. So I'm right here and I'm getting disciplined, but at the same time, like it exposed me to a lot of good stuff because like coffee, I fell in love with just a different, just a certain lifestyle too. Because coffee goes with it. Every day you wake up, you take a shit and you drink some coffee. It's like hand in hand. It goes the perfect way.
So you're 13 years old, and is this when you kind of got your what was it? Just some. Well, first off, let's back up. YA is that like the YMCA? Is that
No, I
what is?
wish. No, it was the youth authority. This when I got sent to the youth authority. So I got sent to the youth authority as a kid, and I pretty much spent all my teens there. So that's when I pretty much tasted coffee for the first time. And it was cool because it pretty much molded my taste buds. And that's how I fell in love with pancakes. Just a lot of stuff that I still do out to this day.
And you mentioned that you drink your coffee because I was like, oh, if you're a kid, you probably were putting, and if you're like in YA, you're probably looking for opportunities just to have can't like just sweet shit or whatever. So I was like, oh, Beeves, I know you probably put mad sugar and creamer And you told me what?
No, yeah, literally what I do. That's what me and my lady were talking about. Cause she's like, you don't got no specific coffee. You just, it's a gang of sugar, 3 shots of espresso, all kinds of creamer. I was just like, fuck it, let's get this shit. Like, the sugar, like it just gets your heart going. I
Sure.
like that rush. You know, you drink it and you start
Uh,
sweating like, oh shit.
but early in your life, though, you started drinking. You drank coffee black, and that kind of guide. They gave you a philosophy for life, right?
Exactly. Like I love, like, if let's say for instance, like if I really want to kick off the day like sick with it, it's gonna be just black. But today, since I'm gonna be hiking, I'm gonna need all the sugar I can get. And I'm trying to make it to the top of the mountain, not fucking die halfway there.
All right, so when you're in a place like YA and you spend a lot of your teen years in YA, you develop a morning routine, right? It's
Yeah.
not like every day is kind of the same. Is that right? So like, do you make
Yeah,
your
for sure.
bed? Do you?
Yeah, well, the first thing I do is I wake up and I make my bed. And it goes back to like a speech I had. Well, the first time there was no YouTube or nothing back then. So I would have people from the streets mail me speeches because I love hearing shit, right? Especially crazy stuff. Like I just like it's supposed to be inspirational, but to me it's more like it just like okay, I could use this. So there's a speech where it says every day wake up and make your bed. So that's what I do, and I actually found out that it's bad. Somebody told me recently, my lady told me that it's bad because it gets bed bugs. But I was like, I'm fucking
Oh,
Mexican. We don't believe in that shit. Come on. I've been getting scared by the cucuy. I'm not scared of no fucking bed bugs. Like, fuck that shit. You know?
oh, hold on. I am intrigued by this idea though of getting mailed speeches. Like, where a motherfucker? Like, if you were to hit me up and be like, "Yo, send me speech," I'd be like, "Where the fuck am I gonna find a speech, dog? Where
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly. Especially back then, you know? It
how
would
do they
it
do
would
it?
confuse my people. They'll be like, what the fuck? Speech? What you doing?
It's like John F. Kennedy speech. You must have
Yeah,
had that
just
one.
different ones. Just motivational ones, different ones, just to get my mind of where I was at, just like the everyday routine. Like I still do
What
the
other
routine, like wake up and all that, but just to
what
like
other speeches? What other speeches stand out? Like,
one of my other favorite ones that I actually listen to now because you could listen to it on YouTube is the Ballad of the Bullet. I love that speech. I
mm,
love how he like pretty
that's
much
Malcolm
like his
X.
skills. Yes, Malcolm X. Malcolm,
Yeah.
it's a really good speech. Like it's designated for African Americans, but I feel like it can be linked to anybody, any minority or just anybody who in general just needs that pusher upper. It motivates you. Like if you're just sitting down, that shit makes you want to get up because of the way he talks. Like I
What does
love
he say?
people. Oh, so there's a certain part that I like where he says, because I guess in the 60s, 70s, they were talking about going to the restaurants, white restaurants, segregated, and they're gonna do sit downs, right? Like sit-ins. And then he goes, okay, he goes, really think about what you're saying. Like you're gonna go to some white man's restaurant and do a sit-in. And he goes, think about what a person in a sitting action is. Anybody could sit down. An old lady could sit down. An old man could sit down. He's a chump could sit down. And he goes, I'm here to tell you that we're tired of sitting. It's time for us to stand. And that
Mm.
shit just pumps me up. Like, damn, that's true though. Like in
Oh,
regards to like us, or just not even a movement, but just us as people that we always sit down. Like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And I'm guilty of it, dog, because I'll get out of work and I'm just laying down already, like, oh my God. When I should be like up and running, getting myself going, get from one task to another task.
hmm.
So
Yo, you
that's why I
must
listen
have.
to stuff like that.
Wait, so I'm guessing you didn't ask for a Malcolm X speech. Just someone hooked you up with one, and fucking. Who is your connect? Who's hooking you up with the good speeches and shit?
So these were because I was in YA, so I had homies that were in prison already, and they were already on that crazy trip. So they're the ones that plugged me into it. Like, hey, fool, like enlighten your mind, brighten your head, which is good, but it's bad because then your eyes are open to like all kinds of crazy shit.
So it's like fuck. You get free, but you're incarcerated. So it's
Exactly.
like fuck.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
but it's
compounds
it's like the best way to do it because if you really think about it, the average person is scared of like they have claustrophobia. What's it called? Cl- uh
claustrophobia. Yep.
Claustrophobia, exactly. So they have stuff like that, right? So you're not supposed to be meant to learn to be confined. But if you learn to free your mind, you can sit anywhere, and you could be like in the cold and just think of something warm and you'll learn to control your body, your attitude, your everyday life, your drug habits, good habits, bad habits. if you learn to control your mind. So that's what these people were doing, is they were having, like, our generation was one of the last generations that was really like enlightened like that. Because little by little, it just started like falling apart, like crumbling, let's say, you know?
Mm. So what was interesting is that the institution also kind of we talk about a morning routine, but when
Yeah.
we talked earlier, you mentioned like yes, there's a morning routine, but time is time is different.
Yeah,
It's like
time's
doesn't
kind of
make
flowing
sense.
there. Yeah, it would out here, like the world is running like boom, 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 boom. In there, it's like you're just frozen in time, because even though your body's getting old, your mentality stays the same. You don't get old. Like I'm 37, but my mind is still like young. I feel young. Like I feel like I could do anything. And the reality is, like, I'm not young no more, because I'm not gonna
Right.
say in details, but let's just say, even when I'm trying to initiate something, I'll be like, oh my god, I got a cramp, I got a cramp. And that lets you know, like, man, I'm getting fucking old. If I'm getting cramps before we even initiate something, that's just all
You're
bad.
right. Go
Back
yeah,
in
you
the
need to put
days,
an
I was a
extra.
stallion.
Hey, you better put an extra fucking mile on that hike plan of yours today, bro.
I gotta put a
So
mile on some Bengay, some icy hot
so
on my knees.
wow. So the mornings, all right. So like you developed your coffee habit. Fuck, there's so much interesting shit to talk about, bro. But so let's just push through it. You know, I gotta ask you, bro. Oatmeal versus cream of wheat.
Okay, which is better?
Which is better? What are you gonna go with?
Honestly, if it was like low key grits, I love grits, but that's not consisting of cream and wheat. But oatmeal, I like it, but I can't eat it just straight. I would have to have like peanut butter in there. Like I hook it up, with jelly, because I feel like oatmeal you could put on anything. You could put on pancakes, you could put on a honey bun. And to me, that's like the ultimate dessert. Like a honey bun with fucking oatmeal and peanut butter. I'm like, damn, straight diabetes. Let's go. Diabetic coma right there.
Well, those ingredients are things you'd get at the commissary, or like why honey bun, why peanut butter, or
Okay,
what's going
so
on?
like how on the streets everybody's like, oh, let's get a birthday cake. In there, like for somebody's birthday, you give them a honey bun, and that's like the best thing you could do for somebody. Like, oh my god! And not only because it's a big like a sweet or a pastry, you call it in there, but because it costs like almost $2. That just lets somebody know, like, damn, I'm worth $2. That's cool. Like yeah, yeah. It sounds dumb, but honestly, in there, it's like better than a birthday cake. It's cool as fuck.
Hey,
You
wait,
know.
double stack? You getting double stacked honey buns, or is it just like okay, take it easy,
Just
everybody?
one.
One
You could
fucking
just do one, when you could and they have different ones you could do, like there's a chocolate flavor, but everybody always goes with the OG white glazed. And
okay.
there's some creative ass people in there, honestly, because there's people, honestly, I'll look at them and I'll be like, Jesus Christ, you could have been a chef. This was making cakes out of like nothing with graham crackers and making butter. I'm like, you swear this motherfucker's like Amish or something. But they're in jail for murder or some shit like that. I'm like, man, homie, you could have had a future.
All right, so you're going with oatmeal. You might get fancy. You might throw a honey bun in that motherfucker. You
Yeah,
might
yeah.
throw some peanut
It
butter.
depends. Yeah, yeah. This depends on the mood, but I would go with oatmeal, honestly.
And you were alluding to maybe one of your favorite tools in the morning, the microwave. You
Uh,
man, I think I heard you mention you put your coffee in the microwave. I don't want to call you out, bro, but is that true too?
I do sometimes, honestly. It depends. But I have a bad experience because I feel like sometimes, how you don't do rational thinking. Sometimes I don't use rational thinking, and that was one time. Like, I'll give you a short example. Because I work really early in the morning, like at 3 in the morning. So I get my cup of coffee, and it has aluminum. Well, you're not supposed to put this cups in the fucking thing, but I'm thinking, 10 seconds ain't shit. So I put it in there. I'm literally walking away and hear, boom, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was a bad idea. And then the lady's
Wasn't
like,
me.
yeah, some ladies like, oh my god, one of these idiots put a coffee cup in there, and I was like, oh man, that's so fucked up. It looked like a murder scene. There was coffee everywhere, and I didn't even claim it. I was like, man, that sucks, man. That's
Oh,
scandalous,
grab
man.
another cup.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. This time I made sure it was cardboard. One of those fucking cardboard cups,
now
styrofoam.
I'm over here suffering. I got to tell you, I had some really shitty coffee this morning. I'm not going to call out the roaster. I'm not going to call out the company, but the shit was trash. And it reminds me, sometimes you're going to have a bad cup of coffee. And sometimes you're going to have a bad day. Just fucking roll with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't let it fuck up your day. There's a new day, a new cup.
All right, check it out. Beavs, you get invited to a party on Sunday
Mhm.
morning, breakfast at the in-laws' house. You bringing donuts or you bringing pan dulce?
Like I like pan dulce, but I would go with donuts, because I feel like it's a little cleaner, because like I feel like pan dulce, like especially the conchas, like you get a concha and the minute you bite it, it's like all over your shirt. It looks like you got shot by fucking sugar and diabetes. It's crazy. Am I lying? Like especially the ones from El
Not,
Super, you just bite one piece, bah. And the thing about
not,
these bread companies, they don't tell you that it only has like a 30-minute lifespan. Next thing you know, it turns into a walking to break a window. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the last time I had a concha, my aunt got behind me and she put on one of those fucking bibs that a barber has, laid it out all nice and proper for me. I was like, "What the fuck's
Literally.
going?" She's like, "Oh, if you're gonna eat a concha at my house, make sure you eat it with this fucking bib, okay?" I was like,
Yeah,
"All right, I
honestly,
got
because
you."
that shit gets all over the place. If you're wearing a
So it's a
black
little too
pro
much.
club, it's over.
And that's the other thing. Like with the donuts, like 9 out of 10 donuts are good. Like there's one,
Yeah,
we might get one fucked up donut. But the pan dulce is like 1 out of 10 is good. 3 out of 10.
honestly. Yeah,
Like
that's
seven
really
of them are
true.
kind of 7 of them are really fucked up. Like who gave you this idea? Who said throw
Yeah,
all the
honestly.
sprinkles on a rock? Like
Yeah,
I'm not
honestly.
with them.
And I don't even know why they put the sugar and the sprinkles on top because the kids are just gonna cut the top layer off, throw away the back of the bread. Because my kids do that. I get them muffins. I don't get them muffins no more. You know why? Because they're eating the top. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Who eats just muffin tops? But they're throwing the bottom. Like, fuck all that shit. No sugar.
They're
I don't mind
selling
it.
they're selling muffin tops now too, bro. Just muffin tops. Okay, now
Are you
you're
serious?
telling me
I
yes.
didn't know that.
Yes. Is that the fancy? Okay, bro. The white coffee shops, bro. They're doing all the dumb shit, bro. Okay, now you told me there's a special day on the inside, as it were.
Yes.
I don't know if it was Saturday or it was Sunday, but it was a day where it all went down. A morning.
So
What was it?
the the Saturday morning breakfast is pancakes. So pancakes are good, but the best breakfast you get in jail, and that's in the youth authority or any facility except county, because county sucks. You're getting a cold lunch in county. It's like depressed. You get a sack lunch. Who wants to wake up to a fucking sack lunch? It's not even warm. It's two hard boiled eggs, one little thing of cereal that's gonna feed like a kindergartner. But if you go to prison, you're getting a fucking hooked up ass fucking breakfast on Sundays. It's called the Grand Slam Sunday, and the reason why it's called Grand Slam is because you get two bacons, two sausage, two eggs, a cup of coffee, or a choice of juice. It's fucking like you're getting hooked up. It to me honestly, that's better than a tutti frutti fucking breakfast. Like fuck that old man at IHOP. Go to jail and get your free Grand Slam. Like how can you beat that? How can you beat it?
Hey,
It sounds fucked up, but it make that prison and just jail is what made me a breakfast lover. Like I love breakfast.
that's science right there. Okay, last
Mhm.
question. 'Cause I know you have a hike to get on.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
it's a tough world out there. You have to be equipped for all kinds of shit,
Mhm.
especially scraps. In the morning, I'm often wondering like who would win in a fight when it comes to these serial characters. You know
Mhm.
what? Here, let me pull this down. First question I had to ask you when I asked you, what's your favorite cereal? You had a surprise contender here.
Yeah,
Your favorite cereal is a sleeper. What is your
my
favorite
favorite
cereal?
cereal. My favorite cereal would be Pops. Pops. I love Pops.
That's county issued. That's a county issued cereal too, right?
Yes, it is. I love it because honestly, it's like the like it has no flavor, not even no flavor, but just it's the most common cereal that they have in there. And like I said, most of my taste buds come from jail. Like I love it because they give it to you in LA County jail. So everybody's trying to get like fucking Fruit Loops and all this other bullshit. Because sometimes you do get good cereals like that, but the one that nobody wants is Pops, and I love it. Even on the streets, my kids will be like, "My cereal sucks. It has no shape. It has nothing. Like it doesn't even have a character. Like who the fuck is Pops? You
That,
picture like
that
an
got.
old man with glasses.
Oh, that would be a good character. That got me thinking. What would Pop's character be right now? Because right now it's just living off the yellow. Like yellow is a great color for a cereal box. Like
Yeah,
a lot of my favorite cereals come in yellow. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But so it's a really strong color. But no mascot. And me, when I think of mascots, I think Tony the Tiger. He's the fucking the best. Most swag at a party. You know what I mean? Best
Yeah,
dressed. Best
literally,
hubby.
yeah, yeah.
sound
Damn.
best on the phone too. Like answer the phone, like rat, like
Great. Yeah.
all of it, bro. He's
Yeah.
not he's not to be messed with. But apparently you like Pops. I don't know. And Pops is going to be an old man, a
I would
veterano or something.
honestly, because that's what you think of. Pops is like an old man, with glasses, and he's already with his cane. Like,
Pops
hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, OG? What's up, Pops? Literally, this one
doesn't
doesn't
say
stand a
much.
chance. He's gonna push him. He's done.
Now, Beavs, you have a comedy special that you recorded recently. Is that right? You've been performing, doing stand up around town. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I've been doing stand up comedy for a couple years, and I've hit like big venues, like the Ice House, the Laugh Factory, fucking Comedy Store, different spots like that, Ontario Improv. But right now, since they're reopening COVID, like I'm waiting to get thrown into one of the slots again, right? But right now, I recorded my own special. Well, it got sponsored out, and I pretty much made it something for us, because I feel like there's different kinds of comedy out there, but nothing really like how I'm bringing it out, because I'm talking about people are talking about like how somebody fucked up their order at Denny's. I'm talking about like doing cocaine in a bathroom of a Denny's, like, you know,
Okay.
yeah, because people want to like they're saying different shit, and to me it's like, man, fuck all that shit. I want to talk about the shit that nobody wants to talk about, the shit you
There
don't
you
want to
go.
admit.
Yeah, and the more of us who get on stage who talk about our experiences, the better it's going to be because it just reinforces the idea that none of us, like you and I, grew up probably like a few miles from each other,
Yeah,
and we have a lot of same experience, a lot of different experiences. So we're
exactly,
different. And we can't assume about fucking Beavs just by looking at him. You can't assume about me just by looking at me. We got a lot of life experience,
exactly,
and we try to put people. We're the same in that we try to put people up on game. Um,
exactly.
there's a better way to go forward and shit, and go about it with a
Yeah,
sense of humor. You know what I mean?
exactly. And I feel
And so for
that's the key, the sense of humor. It's like, because I talk about stuff that are fucked up, but I make it in an aspect where you'll laugh at it. Like, we laugh at all the stuff that's happened to me bad, like getting beat up by the cops, and I make a joke out of it. Like, fuck it, yeah, I got beat up by the cops. Who cares? It happens. Just shake it off your
right.
shoulder. Just different stuff.
Sure, absolutely. All right, man. Well, we're gonna be supporting you, rocking with you, and we're gonna
Yeah, thank you.
keep an eye out for your
I really
special
appreciate it. Yeah,
for
thank you for
sure.
having me on the show. I appreciate it, dog.
Absolutely. I'm gonna send you some coffee. I'm gonna hook up some legit coffee. Probably have to get you a coffee maker too, because so here's the thing, Beeves. You can have good coffee and then fuck it up all along the path. You know what I'm saying? Like you can grow good coffee, just like a lot of things. You could grow it really good, and then it has to get roasted. You can fuck it up in the roasting. Then you can
Yeah,
fuck it up in the brewing if you don't brew it right. This is all
exactly.
along the way. So here's to better coffee, bro, in 2021 for both of us, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Cheers.
Salute. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So on that, for the party people in the place to be, you know how we end these episodes.